Streamlabs. I had to restart twice, upgrade everything. I don't know what the heck was going on. So I'm sorry about that. And I was right on time, and that ticks me off. Okay, well, what are you going to do? That's the way it goes. Let me make sure that you can hear me. And I think we're streaming on TikTok too, so hello to TikTok. And let me see here. Shut all of those stupid Streamlab tabs that I had open. All right, tonight we're going to talk about first Brian Walshe Day 3. Did you guys watch? Anyway, if you watch, I can't even find where you guys are on YouTube because everything was shut down. So let me just pull up the YouTube. Today there was a forensic scientist on the stand. They were going. It's the part of any trial that gives me the most anxiety, and I wonder, like, I really wonder if there's anybody that thinks like me during this part of the trial when they start going through the evidence bags. All I'm thinking about is, okay, he's got gloves on, but the evidence bag and the evidence inside is touching his suit, it's touching his shirt, it's touching the whole witness stand, the chair. If I was the next witness, I'd be like, you have to wipe that down, I don't care. And then the other thing that really gives me anxiety is the court reporter, because the attorney, then he's another one, he'll have the gloves on, but he's touching everything on the desk, on the other attorney, touching her on the shoulder with the gloves. Oh, here, let me get that. But then they go to the court reporter after each item. Okay, what is that? Oh, those are the bloody, wait a minute. Oh, there's the bloody jacket? It's a bloody jacket. Okay, so they half in and out of the bag. They go to the court reporter, who then has to grab the bag and put the sticker on it. She has no gloves on. And she's even typing in this thing where the judge, and it's the first time I heard a judge say this, that the evidence is going to go back in the evidence room with you, and you'll get gloves. And you think then the court reporter would be like, you'll get gloves? Why don't I have gloves? Why am I touching these bags without gloves? Why are these bags all over my water bottle that I'm drinking and all over my desk? I don't know. Does anybody feel like me? I doubt it. Okay, I'm still trying to find where, let me get to my thing. But I have so much anxiety going through, especially when it's really bloody stuff, and I just watch somebody, what's the point of gloves? And then the guy goes, I'm going to need another pair of gloves. And they're just like, oh gosh, your gloves split? That guy looked a little worried, and I'm thinking, like, and then he was like, is everything okay? Yeah, you got some new gloves. I don't know. But they did a lot of that today. And yes, I understand that why they're doing it, but it's long and convoluted. Oh, is that the watch with the leather strap? Yes. Okay. Put it back in the bag. Does that look like what you put in there? Yes, it is. Okay. Put it back in the bag. Give it to the reporter with no gloves so she can touch it. And you guys are all going to be able to touch this when you go back there. I have to make sure that my voice is, put it back in the bag. Okay, good. So, yeah, does anybody get like that? Oh my goodness, I don't know. I do. It gives me a lot of anxiety. Hi, Holly, how are you? Hi, Jen Grill. Hi, Gail. Sorry about the delay. So, yeah, so we watched that, and then what else did they have on today? They had an Uber driver on, they had somebody from the airline, about the airline reservations, which she was a no-show. That means she didn't show up at the airport. They talked about her other airline reservations. They had a big deal to do about, they had to show pictures of a rug, an area rug, that Brian Walshe cut up. He cut up an area rug. It had been soaked with blood. Well, they wanted to make sure that it was shown in the house. And then Brian Walsh's defense team said, oh my gosh, that is going to be so inflammatory if you show that video. And apparently it was a video with Anna and the kids on the rug. And they didn't want the kids on the rug at all, okay? And then the judge had asked, well, can you just take a screenshot from that video? We really don't need the video. All you want to do is show that the rug is there. Well, then his defense team said that the screenshot that they got was still inflammatory because it showed children. So then the judge finally said, look, I'm not going to take away the ability for the prosecution to put on their case. They're going to be able to put on their case. Is it the children that bother you? Yes. And she's like, if I had better skills, but I know there's got to be someone here that can crop those children out of there, just remove those children. And then they said, well, we don't even want Anna on her back laying on that. She was doing like some kind of yoga thing. And that's when the judge drew the line. And she said, no, you can have Anna on there. They want her there, right? So they ended up showing that area rug, and then they showed the pieces of the area rug that were retrieved with blood. They showed her bloody jacket, her hunter boots, the watch, the COVID card, all of the stuff that was found and put into evidence. So there was a lot of time spent on that. They finished up again with, they had a few of the detectives on. We still haven't we had the landlord come on. The landlord said that he was told they were renting the house because they were going to be moving to Washington, D.C., and they just needed 6 months. And so he rented the house to them 6 months at $4,800 a month. It's normally $5,000 a month, but he gave them a break if they paid for the 6 months up front. And they did. And then in like August, I think that's what he said, August, they wanted another 3 months. And he said, no, it'd be 6 months at $5,000. So they took another 6 months in there. And they just asked this home, this Italian guy that owned this house, did you go there to fix anything in the time that they lived there? And it was a leaky faucet and a hinge on a cabinet. So, yeah, that was about the crux of today. I'm really wanting them to get into some other witnesses, because we've seen the evidence. We know she wasn't on the flight. We know about his searches. Hi, Megan Els. Hi, MSL. We know about all that. I want to hear from the coworkers. I want to hear from this guy she was having this affair with. I want to hear, from some of those people, her mother or sister, if they're there. I don't know. I want to hear from them. So I'm really hoping that we get to hear from some of them. And then, we're going to have more of the DNA expert, right? And that's 99 trillion times likely to be, So anyway, that was really, did anybody watch it today? Because that was about the size of it today. There was no, blockbuster stuff, just the evidence that we have seen. You did? Okay, did I miss anything, Holly, that I should have said about it? Did I miss anything major that, because it's very possible I could have, but to me that was really about the size of it for today. About the airline tickets, about the Uber, about the landlord, about the forensic scientist, the end of the detective having some questions, the defense, they were just questioning. I covered it, in your opinion. Yeah, he was just trying to create some reasonable doubt or whatever, could something be transferred onto a boot that might not be there, if it was somewhere else. He was just, he's doing what he's paid for, and he was just with one of the detectives just going over and over just some semantics of stuff. It's just when you don't have facts on your side, you argue technicalities and things like that. So that's what he was doing. Okay. Now, the other thing, a Twisted came in the comments like, are you looking for me? I am looking for you. You spent most of the day pissed that Rebecca's sister Kimberly and her baby daddy were bonded out of jail today. Okay, I'm gonna look up that. Her baby daddy. Who's the baby daddy? Is he also a registered SO? And what is it with her? She's involved now with her sister's death and her sister's baby's death. It's so crazy. But there's another trial going on, and today was day 2, and they're calling it we covered it when it happened. They're calling it a beauty pageant murder. Rebecca's baby daddy. Yeah, okay. Rich, right? Yeah. So Rebecca and Kimberly were bonded out today. What about Mama? I hope not, because Mama's like, shouldn't be out. I don't care. She's saying she's disabled. She has one leg. She was disabled and had one leg when she killed her daughter and the granddaughter. So why would you be out? Okay. But this is I'm trying to think of the town in Georgia. It begins with a D. And she killed, hey, Annie Millions, I haven't seen you in a very long time. How are you? Oh, thank you, Annie Millions. Let me see. She tried and they told her, hell no. Yeah, I know, she tried to get out for a disability. Okay, so is anybody watching the beauty pageant one? Because I remember covering it when it happened, which was, I think, 2024. But I want to do a little bit of a deep dive on that case, because I didn't realize when it was saying like beauty pageant that it was that, and I want to try to catch up on it. Plus, I want to see what happened in that case. Since, I think we just covered the beginning of it, and allegedly what she's on trial for, so that she allegedly killed her boyfriend's 18-month-old baby, and prosecution, I guess, is saying because she was jealous and she wanted her own baby. And she is, what does that say? Stay what? With auto what? What does it want me to do? Where's my glasses? Stay centered with auto framing. No, that's maybe later. Thank you. Okay. So let me make this font a little bigger on this so I can read what you're saying without. Okay. You said that loosely, but the sound was so bad on openings. Oh, I can't stand it. I can't stand when they can't get their sound right. How hard is that? And that's like this other guy this defense attorney, and he even knows it in Walshe, he likes to walk and talk. And then he's like, I guess because somebody told him, look, you can't hear you. So then he's like, I'm going to be really careful, and I'm going to just stand right here so we get a good recording. And then he starts doing it again. It's ridiculous. It's terrible. When you can't hear the court case, it's terrible. And this is terrible. That's why, like, I FOIA so much stuff, because they get the interviews and you can't even hear them. They're like playing an interview through a laptop, I think that they got at like Walmart on the way there. You can't hear it. It's ridiculous. It's so annoying. What was the one last week that had the terrible feedback? That was crazy. Even my sound booster was no help. Yeah, I can't stand when they do that. I really can't stand it. And you think somebody would be watching and being like, we're not getting a good sound feed. I think we, might check. Okay. I just don't understand. So that's really awful. Great. Okay. Well, then I still want to do. Carolyn, you're not falling asleep now. A deep dive on that case anyway. So it's Trinity. Her name is Trinity Madison, but it also has Poague or something like Poague. Let me see here. A former Georgia beauty queen or pageant queen. She's currently on trial for the murder of her boyfriend's 18-month-old son. Romeo Angeles, also known as Jackson J.D. Williams. The trial began 2 days ago. She was former Miss Donaldsonville, Georgia. She's facing 6 charges, including malice murder, 2 counts of felony murder, 2 counts of aggravated battery, cruelty to children in the first degree. The indictment accuses her of inflicting blunt force trauma to the child's head and torso, causing serious disfigurement to his liver, and rendered his brain useless. She has pled not guilty to all charges, and this, let me see, it was January 14th of 2024. Authorities were called, to her dorm room, to Trinity's dorm room at Georgia Southwestern State University, where the child was found unresponsive. She had the child in a dorm room. I remember a little of this, but I didn't remember all this. Let me see. January 19th, 5 days later, she was arrested by GBI agents who later released her on $75,000 bond. A hearing was held ahead of the trial. Let's see what happened. Okay. Chloe Driver. What's going on with Chloe Driver? Isn't Chloe Driver already... Oh my gosh, Courtney Clenny is starting on the 5th? Oh my goodness. But Chloe Driver, isn't she the one that was in that cult? Her trial starts tomorrow? Let me see. Why do they have, that has to be a mistake. They made a mistake on that. That was last December. They have this up for Chloe Driver's not having another trial. I don't know what. That is definitely a mistake. But Courtney Clenny is starting on the 5th. You know who Courtney Clenny is, right? The influencer lady that killed her boyfriend. Is that really starting on the 5th? And I have a YouTube thing tomorrow, don't I? I think I do. I wrote it down somewhere. Okay. And I have to submit on the 5th too. All right. I don't know why they're saying Chloe Driver. She's not going to be tried again. They totally made a mistake on that, whoever put that there. All right, let's not get carried away on that. But Courtney Clenny coming up, wow. That's the way it always is. There'll be like no trials that anybody's really following or anything, and then 1, 2, they stack them up. It's almost like a ratings war or something. It's crazy. It's hard to believe it's really the justice system because they seem to stack them together. So you're like running from one to the other. And I can't stand that because it's like feast or famine with the trials. All right, let me, I want to look into this woman here now. Do a little bit of a deep dive on her, and then we'll go and check up on those other cases. I didn't get to make, I was going to make chocolate chip cookies the end of the day. I didn't, but if Twisted comes here, would you please tell me? Okay. All right, let me pull this. This is from the GBI. When she was arrested, it said the GBI has arrested and charged Trinity Poague, age 18, of Donaldson, Georgia, with aggravated battery, felony murder, and cruelty to children in the first degree on Sunday, January 14th, 2024. At about 2 p.m., Georgia Southwestern State University Police Department asked GBI to investigate the death of a child. Investigation indicated that there was an unresponsive 18-month-old boy admitted to the emergency room at Phoebe Sumter Hospital in Americus, Georgia. Hospital personnel performed life-saving measures on the child. However, he later died. After multiple interviews and an examination of the evidence, GBI agents arrested Poague. She currently was booked into the Sumter County Jail with no bond. Georgia Southwestern State University Police Department, along with the Americus Police Department, assisted with the investigation. Okay, so that was when she was arrested. And let's see what we have here. I'd like to see her interview, you know. I don't see a lot about it. That's probably why I didn't even know that it was going to come out. But Julian Williams, the father, took the stand. Was it on day 1? Or today, to testify against her, so I do want to rewatch that. It was an emotional conversation between Julian Williams, also known as Jay, and his cousin Joni in a heart-wrenching moment in the court case, saying that they said he wouldn't make it to the helicopter. They said he wouldn't make it to the helicopter. Let's see. And his cousin's response to hearing the news. Okay, let's look at something. This is apparently well, okay. So let's see what this says here. They keep calling her a beauty queen. Or I don't know why everything is showing me like I'm new to my computer or something. Stop. So her attorney back in 2024 in August spoke on her behalf at the court proceedings that lasted less than a minute. This is back in August of 2024. Trinity showed little emotion, was comforted by her lawyer with a hug before walking out of the courtroom on $75,000 bond ahead of trial. She pled not guilty to charges including malice murder, 2 counts of felony murder, 2 counts of aggravated battery, and a single count of cruelty to children in the first degree. Now, originally trial was supposed to be October 24th of 2024, but obviously that was delayed. She had to wear a monitoring device and she cannot consume alcohol or drugs, but she is still allowed to travel outside of Sumter County. Okay, so here's her grand jury. Let's see. That's her grand jury indictment. Grand jurors. Okay, with malice murder, for that, they said accused on or about the 14th day of January in Sumter County, Georgia, then and there did unlawfully with malice and aforethought cause the death of Romeo Angeles, a human being, by inflicting blunt force trauma to the head and torso of his body, contrary to the laws of said state, the good order, peace, and dignity thereof, in violation of the laws of the state of Georgia. Count 2. Okay, that's the same thing there. Let's see here. Count 3. What is this about? Felony murder. Still the blunt force, okay. And then here, count 4, the grand jurors at first said, in the name and behalf of the citizens of Georgia, charge and accuse Trinity Poague with the offense of aggravated battery. For that, the said accused on or about the 14th day of January 2024 in Sumter County, Georgia, then and there did maliciously cause bodily harm to Romeo Angeles by rendering his brain, a member of said person's body, useless, contrary to the laws of the state. So she made him brain dead. Aggravated battery, again, this talk about his body, his brain, useless. And then she got cruelty to children for what she did. Okay, so that's her indictment. And let's see what else we have. Let's see, the 18-month-old was the son. Oh, what just happened to my thing? That is not right. Okay, I got it back. I'm going to show you her mugshot, and then I'm going to tell you more about the baby. There's the mugshot. Okay. Let's see. What was I just telling you about? The deceased 18-month-old Romeo was the son of Poague's boyfriend at the time, Julian Williams. In 2023, Poague earned the title of Miss Donaldsonville, a small town approximately 250 miles south of Atlanta, near the state's borders with Florida and Alabama. She was stripped of that title after being released from jail back in March. Okay.
No, I love you.
I love you.
Kisses.
Okay.
Huh?
I said, okay, good night. Let me see here. Where the heck? Let me go back on this for a minute. I don't know why. It's really freaking me out that they said Chloe Driver. There's no way Chloe Driver's having another trial. Okay. So let's see what we missed on day one here. So the prosecution said that Trinity inflicted blunt force trauma to the head and torso of the child inside a dorm room at Georgia Southwestern State University in January 2024, resulting in fatal brain and organ damage. Let me see. Then the child's father and medical experts testified. Let's see what happened here. I don't know why this is saying something and it's. Okay. Trying to get some more information about this woman, and it's like pulling teeth here, trying to find stuff on her. Okay, let me go over here. Text message. Okay, let's see what this is now. Text messages showed she hated the baby. Okay. The district attorney, Louis Bud Lamb, told jurors that the child, also known as Jackson Drew J.D. Angelus, was born on June 25, 2022 in Tallahassee and had been living with Julian Williams and his sister since he was about 3 to 4 months old. Williams later then began a relationship with Trinity. She started attending Georgia Southwestern State University in Americus in August of 2023. Well, guys, if he was born June 25th of 2022, he would only be 14 months old in August of 2023. Oh, she did this in, wait a minute, she did this in January. Okay, sorry about that. She did this in January, but it still doesn't seem right. Yeah, I guess that 18, yeah, okay. The district attorney agreed that Trinity resented the child and wanted a baby of her own with Williams, not the responsibilities of being a stepmother. He cited a series of text messages that she allegedly sent to her roommate saying she wanted to punch the child and that they hated each other. She looks like a... According to the prosecution, Julian Williams, the father, brought the toddler to Americus on January 13, 2024 to stay with Trinity in her dorm room. Well, why? Why? In her dorm room? Later that evening, Trinity texted her roommate asking to sleep elsewhere for a mental break. Prosecutors said the child allegedly fell off the bed that night but appeared unharmed, with Trinity taking videos showing no visible injuries. The next morning, on January 14th, the baby, Romeo, reportedly woke up healthy, ate Fritos, and drank Mountain Dew. Great. Julian Williams then left the dorm room for about 35 minutes. Oh, he was staying in the dorm room with them? Did she? I hope she had a single. Okay, left the dorm room for about 35 minutes to pick up pizza. When he returned, Trinity called him saying the child was not breathing. So he left for 35 minutes and she killed the child. Prosecutors say the toddler arrived at the ER with fresh bruises on his face, forehead, neck, and cheeks. And doctors discovered a fractured occipital bone, brain bleeding, and a massive liver laceration. Okay, the prosecutor told the jurors that medical experts will testify that the injuries occurred only minutes before the child reached the hospital. Oh boy. And that was when the little toddler was alone with Trinity. And he died roughly 3 hours after he arrived there. Now, her defense attorney, who is W.T. Tim Gamble. Take a gamble on Tim. Gamble III. What a name. What a name for a defense attorney, isn't it? Mr. Gamble. I don't know. Having me as your defense attorney is quite a gamble. I've got Gamble. Okay, so she has Gamble III. He countered that the case is built on suspicion, not evidence, and insisted that Trinity is an innocent teen being wrongly accused. You're all bad, bad people accusing her. Okay, sorry. Gamble, Mr. Gamble, the third, described Trinity as an 18-year-old honor student at Georgia Southwestern, earning straight A's in her program. Oh, well then, Mr. Gamble, it doesn't matter that she killed a toddler, as long as she's got those straight A's. He characterized the Julian Williams, who was then 22, as a controlling boyfriend who demanded her social media passwords and closely monitored her whereabouts. He also argued that Williams had not established legal paternity and failed to keep up with the child's routine medical care. Now, has not established legal paternity. That sounds like her. That would fall right along with prosecutors is saying that she's saying, make sure you're the father of this baby because I don't think he's yours. And that would make everything really great for her because she doesn't want him to have a baby with anybody else. So that kind of doesn't help you, Mr. Gamble. Mr. Gamble told jurors that Tiffany had significant babysitting experience and often cared for the toddler when Julian Williams, the father, brought him to visit. Gamble said Trinity was only with the child for a brief window of time from Saturday at 6 p.m. to Sunday around noon. Well, wait a second. I thought he was just gone for 35 minutes when he went to pick up pizza. Mostly while Williams was present. Okay. Well, then she really wasn't alone then. Okay. And that Romeo had been refusing to eat or drink. He argued that Williams gave conflicting accounts at the hospital about what happened, and that investigators with the GBI and the American police conducted a flawed inquiry. According to Gamble, police found no physical evidence in the dorm room and discarded a diaper that appeared to contain blood before testing it. He claimed that Trinity and Julian Williams showered together before he left for pizza, and that when Trinity got out 5 minutes after him, Williams was holding the crying child. The defense maintains that Trinity noticed the toddler in distress only after Williams returned and saw he could not hold his head up. Oh boy. Several law enforcement officers testified about responding to the ER and securing Trinity's dorm room. Jurors were shown surveillance clips of Trinity, Julian Williams, and Romeo entering and leaving the dorm in the hours surrounding the alleged incident. Boy. And here's the baby that she allegedly killed. Okay. Let me see. Okay, so where the heck was I now? Okay. Let me go back here to, I want to go to day 2. Hang on. Okay, so now Trinity was dating Julian Williams. Julian frequently came to stay in her dorm room overnight. Not usually with his 18-month-old son, but that's what he did on January 13th to 14th, 2024. According to Julian, Trinity specifically requested that he bring his son with him that weekend. And if anybody's wondering why they have 2 different names for the baby, calling him sometimes Romeo Angeles and sometimes Jackson Drew Williams, according to his father's testimony at the trial, when Romeo Jackson was being born, he went to the hospital to see him and the mother. Julian believed that he and the mother agreed to name the child Jackson Drew Williams. However, the mother put Romeo Angeles on the birth certificate, so that was his legal name. Julian testified that he didn't know this until after Romeo Jackson had passed away. So that's weird. Okay, so then wouldn't he had been calling the baby Jackson the entire time? I don't know. This is so crazy. I don't know. I don't know. All right. So there were text messages on day 2. Let's see. Text sent from Trinity to her former roommate named Paris. There is a JD and a J reference. JD is the baby, and J is Julian, the baby's father. So Trinity writes to the roommate, "Why do I feel anger towards JD, the baby? Like earlier, we were in bed and JD kept touching Julian's face. I almost cried. Like, I don't know, not like jealousy, but I want to love him," JD, the baby. "But instead of loving him, I just feel angry, like I want to punch him. LMAO. OMG, that sounds so bad. Ever since he's gotten here, Julian has not touched me." Are you going to be in a dorm room with a baby girl? And then one day before the child's death, on January 13th, she texted the roommate Paris again saying, "I can't do being around JD anymore. He hates me and I hate him." And then Paris testified and said that Trinity told her she wanted to run over the baby with her car. The January 13th text, during the late night hours, Trinity told Paris that JD had fallen off the bed, but he was fine. By the next day, when JD was in the emergency room and a skull fracture was discovered, Trinity said she didn't know if he'd fallen off the bed or not because she was asleep. Paris asked her again in the text exchange about the fall off the bed, reminding Trinity that she had texted her the previous night claiming it happened. And Trinity said then, yes, he had, but it was only off of the air mattress, and that wasn't high off the ground. Okay. So, I mean, if you look, there's people saying, she might get off because maybe people are going to believe that he did something or whatever, but I want to get to the father's testimony. Heck. Julian. Okay, so let's look for who's writing this? Okay. There's not, this case really wasn't covered very much. Just saying that. Not with a lot of for the trial. So I'm going to have to catch up myself on the trial so I can, I do want to see what the father's testimony. I want to hear it myself. But that's, let me see if anybody else, is anybody else watching that trial? I know that one of you said it was, hey, little lady. How are you? Haven't seen you in a long time. Hope you're well. A good Thanksgiving and stuff. Scooter, are you watching this trial? Is anybody watching this trial? Not even too much of this trial yet, but the testimony from a friend of hers from college. Oh, that's the one I just said about, right? That I just recapped? Yeah, pretty damning. Okay, let's go. We're going to go into Rebecca Parks to see if there's anything new on that. Now, earlier I checked on that Melody Buzzard. Hold on, I'm just going to put the tea kettle on. I checked on Melody Buzzard, and I didn't see anything on that at all. And then, has Twisted come in here yet? Twisted said to me in the comments, how come you went on so early last night? I didn't go early last night. I went late. I don't know what's Twisted. Twisted never misses. Now Twisted missed. Then Twisted's in the comments saying, Carolyn, do you need? I'm like, yeah, I need you. Come to the live tonight. I gotta show you something. And I don't know what the dealio is there with Twisted there, because Twisted, I really need you to come here, babe, because I gotta show you something. Okay, so let me go put the tea kettle on, and then we're gonna look. I looked. You listen. I found something today that said that Austin Lynch was gonna be arraigned on Friday. But then I really couldn't confirm or deny that. So I don't know if he's going to be arraigned on Friday. So I'm waiting to hear some more on that. But we shall see what happens, I guess, on that. I don't know. I've heard some things, and I'm just not sure. Until the police release it, I'm not going with that. I'm not going to go put anything out there. Let the police put it out there. Let me see something. I'm just trying to string something for a second. But I have to show Twisted something really very, very, very I have to get a cup of tea too. Auntie Millions was in here, Scooter. Auntie Millions. Auntie Millions. Auntie Millions. Okay, I'm just trying to string something on here. I know you're like, what are you doing? I'm trying to string something. And I'm supposed to be getting tea, and I'm like this, and this is what happens when you have ADD. And there's like 1,000,000 things you want to do. Hold on a second. I'm almost done. I just want to string something. Just in case Twisted manages to come in here tonight. And then I've got to finish something for Monster. Hold on a minute, I feel like I'm doing surgery or something. Okay. All right, let me grab this. See, I knew that was gonna happen. Why does that happen? Why does that happen? This is not supposed to do that. Okay. Oh my goodness. All right, I just need to do one other thing. Let's see if I do that. So we're gonna look up Rebecca Parks, okay? Let me just put the tea kettle on. I'm so sorry. Okay, now I know I feel better because I think I got that where I want that. Okay, let me get the tea kettle on. I had so much trouble with Streamlabs before. I was just about ready to throw the computer, and Jimmy made a huge batch of kombucha in the kitchen. He's like, oh, he's so funny. I'm making this according to OSHA regulations. He was being such a goofball. But it was funny. We had fun. It was funny. Okay, I think I'll do that. But I really wish, really wish that Twisted would get in here. Okay. Twisted, are you here? No, Sassy's there. What's the matter, little lady? What happened to little lady? You haven't had time for social media? Twisted's there. Okay. Wait a second. I'm going to show you Twisted. Hold on. All right, I can show you. Wait. Yeah. Yeah, I can show you now. All right. Let me show you now. Can't believe it. I called you all last night and you didn't listen to me. Okay, so let's see. So Twisted, first thing you said to me was, I want you to make me something with that little Santa gnome guy. So I made you this. I don't know if you can see it. Well, hold on. Why is it? Why is it? It has snowflakes, and those are gold speckles, and I don't know why it doesn't want to show really, really well. There it goes. Do you like that? So let me know if you like that first. You asked me to do the, does that meet with your satisfaction, or should we auction it off right now that you hate it and smash it with a hammer? Tell me what you want to do with it. I don't know why it's giving me a... Okay, we don't have anything from Twisted. They hate it, so we'll start this off at $10. He's perfect. You love him. Okay, no, he's not for sale now. Sorry. Okay, he's sold. Now, you might remember the other thing you asked me for, and I told you I was going to have to do a two-sided mason jar because of two different napkins you picked. Then you started talking about charms and ladybugs and all kinds of stuff. All right, so this is not finished, but I'm going to let you see. This is the one side, okay? Now, there's ladybugs, like 3D, like ladybugs on there. These are the ladybugs on the napkin. I do not know why it's, you know why? Because it has a blur on my background and it's focused on my face. So it's only going to come in when it thinks it's my face. That's when it's going to focus. The rest, I don't know what is with this zoom. But you can't even appreciate what I've done there. You see there's like a lace. This is two trims here. This is little daisies and lace down here. That's the one side. Okay, now you wanted the dragonfly. So I put the dragonfly on the other side, and it looks like there's light shining through, but then you wanted the charms. So what I did for the charms, and you can't see them, and it's not finished because I'm going to show you the dragonfly we're going to put up here. So let me see. I've got the feather. I've got this little heart that has shake stuff in it, and I have a little charm that says hope. Let me see if you can see them. I don't know why. There's the feather. You can't see it though. There's that little heart. There's this little charm says hope. And then there's a little blue bee. This is what I was just playing with right now. That says hope. And now here's two things that I have a dragonfly like this. We could put this dragonfly up there, okay? Or we could take I don't know how we're going to do this with the charms. I didn't have the charms on here before, but let me see. I'm going to move this around. Okay. Twisted's not answering me about the ladybug dragonfly thing. Okay. I could add, okay, a strand of, oh my gosh, I've got to pull this with me. A strand of like pearls up there as well. And then if we did the pearls and we wanted to do, I have a dragonfly brooch that kind of, how was I going to do this then? I don't know if you want to put him on here somewhere or you'd want to go with the other how did I had him so nice on here before, but now that I've put the, hold on. See, before I put the beads, the charms on there, I think I had this like this with the strand of pearls, but now it looks weird. Now that looks weird with the strand of pearls, and it's very hard to see it like this. So I may have to take some pictures and send it to you or do a craft panel. I don't know. because it did look really cute before when I had that with the pearls, but then I have the charms. I might have to do it a different way, I don't know. But that's the other side. So this is a two-sided one. I don't do two-sided ones usually. So I don't know what you want to do with that Twisted. And Twisted isn't answering. So Twisted hates it. So I'm going to go smash it with a hammer in a minute. Maybe put a colored ribbon in back of the charms. Colored ribbon in back of the charms. Yeah, I was just playing around with the charms. Now I only have them on a little elastic. I can do whatever to that. Let me see. I mean, I could put them in a. I could fool around with them tomorrow. But do you like this side? And it's hard to see it because it won't focus. You can't see the daisies. This little trim. These are two little trims, and that's daisies. And then this is. Why won't it? You know what? Hold on a minute. Hold on. Please. Can we take a minute? Is anybody going to get upset if we take a minute and I go over there and put on my other camera so you can see it? Okay, the tea is ready. I'm gonna log in on my phone while I make my tea so that I'm gonna go over here. Is anybody gonna get upset that we're taking a little bit of a diversion from true crime for a minute? I promise I will go look up that other case, but I just would like to show you where you can see it because it's aggravating when you can't see something. It's very aggravating to me. It must be very aggravating to you. And we have to wait for the tea to steep anyway. So I'm just gonna log in on my phone and then you'll be able to see really clearly, okay? Hang on a minute. Oh, I think I have to I have to put a new number in Slack because, hold on. I had to restart everything, remember? So the current number is not in there. So it's okay, you're gonna be fine if I do that, okay? That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go on my other camera where you can see really well and try to show you so you don't have to strain yourself. No, it's not, it's far from perfect yet, Twisted. Okay, let me see. Hang on, Twisted. I'm going to show it to you where you can actually see something, you know? No, what am I doing? I can't do that. Hold on a minute. Okay, I have to go on the other one. Okay, I have to mute over here because it's going to come on over there. Okay, I'm here. Now, hold on. Let me just go over here, honey. Hang on. Hang on. Gotta get a tripod. Gotta get a tripod. All right. My husband was trying to make candied cranberries. I don't know what he's doing. Hold on a minute. Okay. For some reason it's not shutting. All right. Now I'm gonna have to get my iPad. Okay, hold on for a second. I gotta mute this over here. For some reason it's echoing. Let me get my iPad so I can see what you're saying, so that I won't be able to see what you're saying. I've got to put my tea in. Okay, let me get over here. Low battery, get out of here. my videos. Come on, baby. Are you serious? There I am. Okay. All right, hang on. Now I'm going to get over here. All right, I'm going to have to plug my iPad in to my little thing. And then I'll show you Twisted so that you can see without having to, I don't know what. Plug this in so this doesn't go die on me. Okay. Put it like that. No, that's the wrong way. It's like this. Okay. Now, all right, let me put my tea here and hold on. Let me get the tea bag. I was gonna make chocolate chip cookies. Had my butter out and I didn't do it. Terrible. I've been feeding the fire, which, okay, it's still going, I can see it going. And had to keep things going today. All right, let me go get water in this and then I'll show you your thing, Twisted. It's not finished. Nothing is finished except the sienna. Okay. So here's the Santa now. Can you see? He has like lots of different effects on him. He's got sparkly of that glitter that won't fall off. Okay, it won't fall off. And then he's got this gold flecking that will not fall off. It's metallic. And then there's silver snowflakes. Okay, and this was like a bunch of stuff, painting, decoupage. So hopefully you like this. Okay. All right. Now, the next one, like I said, I do not usually make two-sided, the mason jars. So this one has little daisies up here to match the daisies here. It's got some lace. It has some lace on the bottom, 2 daisies. This is a, a 3D ladybug. Okay, then here is the dragonfly. Now let me show you what we can do here. And this kind of looks like light here on the bottom, right, coming out. And I have to trim up some of this. And this is a little bit of that lace that shows through in the back, which if I chop it, then it's going to chop the flower. So I don't know. Do you think we can live with that? We'll see. But so then let me show you. This is like a charm that has things in it. This one says hope, and this is little bead. I just put them on now. I can take them off. It's just an elastic thing. But here's the other thing I was thinking. Okay, because I have, let's see. I have lots of options. What the heck was that? That just went flying. Something went flying, and I don't know what it was. Or I think it's I know what it is. It's my stupid elastic stuff. Hold on. And get this off because otherwise I'll go tripping. Now where's the other little dragon fly? Here. Okay. I'll show you some different options. All right, so I have like this dragonfly brooch. And before I put this on, and I know you specifically want a feather, before I had put that on, I was toying with a little, I would glue this in a little strip here, and then I was toying with this brooch, which they tell me I'm gonna have to rip that off. Okay? And I was going to maybe glue that on like that. Then, I mean, maybe we could hang them in a cluster or something under somehow like that. I don't know. I don't know. And then I even had some of the, I don't know what we're doing. The other thing was we didn't put that on in that, and we had these strung across, but they don't have to be strung across. They can be put on anywhere. I could add beads, could take beads away. But then I had this and I said, well, is I gonna put that there? I don't know. You tell me. I'm gonna get my tea ready. You guys tell me, okay? Let me know. Take a vote of what you think that we should do. I don't know. I'm a little bit kind of quandary there. I can't think straight anymore on that. I'd like a little bit of help. I'm gonna come back and look at the chat. I'm just getting a little bit of honey in my tea. Yeah, gotta make my dogs pumpkin latte. Let's see what Twisted say. Let me see. I love. He is perfect. Wait a minute. Are you kidding me? Can you guys hear me? Can anyone hear me? What happened to everybody? Oh my gosh, you guys can't hear me? Nobody's saying anything, and I love it with the petal, the pearls and the brooch. Okay, so you would like it with this brooch, putting that like over here somewhere and putting the pearls. But what about the charms now? Okay, you can, because nobody was answering me. I thought you guys were gonna be flooding me with ideas, and then nobody was answering me. Nobody loves me over here doing this. Sorry. I'm especially needy tonight. Okay, so if I glue a strand of these little pearls here, and then we put the brooch here. I don't know why I have to crack the back off. I don't think I have to. I think I can glue it just like that. Okay, and we do that. Then what do we do with these charms, Twisted? What do I do with these charms? Hi, Jen. You're just stepping out of the shower? What do I do with the charms? What do I do with the charms? What do I do with the charms, Twisted? And I don't know what you're gonna do. Like, here's a ribbon hanger, but what are you gonna have to do? Like, switch it up now? Like, one time it's the dragonfly, and then you're gonna do the ladybugs, and then it's time for the dragonfly. You're just gonna have to do that. But the dragonfly, I mean, this part with the ladybugs and stuff is pretty much done, okay? It's this one that's giving me the little bit of the holdup here. So maybe if I do that in the middle there, and then we put that guy up there, well, that'll be in the middle or something up there, okay? We do that. What do we do with those charms? Put them in a different level. Put them on a different level. Okay, and put them on a different level. Now they're intertwined in the pearls. Put them on a different level. What do you mean? How? Should we just keep them in like a cluster and then just string them like on something? I don't know, like a ribbon, I don't know. And have that come down? I don't know, but then that's gonna hit the dragonfly. We don't want that. At least you're super clean. Well, I'll figure out something, but you want the brooch, right? If I know you want the brooch and pearls, I can do that, and then I can fool around with these somehow. All right, I can fool around with this. I'm gonna try, I don't think I need to crack the back off of it. Somebody said, oh, you gotta crack the back off of it. I don't think you do. Because I'm gonna put the pearls on that other ribbon there, and then I'm gonna glue this down. It's gonna be like that. I don't have to crack the back off. Just the pearls and the brooch. No, but she really wants the charms. Adjust the pearls and the brooch. What do you mean adjust them? Just the pearls. Oh, just the pearls and the brooch. But she really wants these charms, Sassy. She wants the charms. So she asked me specifically. Maybe if you just want a feather, maybe we could just glue the feather up there like that. Or like that. Maybe I could do that. Maybe, what if I did that? Twisted, if we glued the feather like up, just up at the top, kind of without this cord. What if we glued that? What if we glued a feather on there? Yeah, I don't, she wants the charms. Okay, maybe I could, I don't know. Maybe we could, let me see. Maybe we could kind of hang them off on this side or something. That I could kind of just glue it like somehow like that under the pearls. When I put the pearls on, just glue it like that, and that would hang on that side like that. Would that work? And I try to keep it up as far as I could so it doesn't hit the dragonfly. How would that work? That would work. And then, well, I'll put the pearls down. I'll cut that excess off. You want to let's do it right now. Let's do it. Let's see what happens right now. It should be easy. I'm gonna drink my tea before we do that anyway. Is that all right? You guys okay? Okay. So let's see. First, we got to get the pearls on here, and then this actually has to, I've got to figure out how long this strand is. Let's see. So we can't go around the back side. So we're gonna go right to here. Let me see, I need my handy dandy scissors. Hang on. Handy dandy scissors, where are you? Okay, here's my scissors. I've been at this all day, Twisted. Okay. So I'm gonna have to be careful here. I grab these. And what if is that gonna work if I glue them there? I have to just take off a lot of this top part. So I want to make like a knot and then try to cut the rest off. See, and the reason I'm trying to get this done for you, Twisted, is that I want to get your other stuff out, but you're in Canada and I don't want to have to ship to you twice for this. And so I was trying to get it done. And then I don't want to rush it, but then I'm like, okay, I can get, let's see. Okay, where's my handy dandy scissors? Oh, don't be sorry. Why are you sorry? Don't be sorry. It's not your fault. How's that your fault? I am just a perfectionist and I get stressed, but it's not your fault. That's my problem. It's not yours, Twisted. It's my problem. Okay, so I'm going to try to do that like right over here. What's the worst that's going to happen? It's going to probably have to embellish that with some kind of thing. The pearls are going to go across it. And I'm going to stick as soon as hold on, I got to stick the top down with something. I'm going to get a paintbrush to use the back side to tuck that down. We'll make sure that have to cover it with something. Okay, now that's on there now. Now, if we do this right over there. Okay, so let's try to pick this out. I'll get a little bit on this side because I didn't do these last two over here. Okay, where's that now? Okay, so far twisted, let's say what we got. We got a cluster hanging there, and we've got some pearls hanging here, and I gotta fix these. A little more glue over here. Then we're going to we're gonna use the brooch. Okay. This is the brooch. I'm not gonna crack the back off. I'm just gonna glue it like that. Okay? So let's see how this is gonna go here. Some reason this comes off during the you'll have to glue it back on, twisted. But I'm gonna go make sure. See, it's glued on by that thing, so that's good. Okay, how is it? Is it okay, twisted? I'm gonna scrape any of the stuff and shine that. Is that good? And then you've got this side. Let's see what you said. Yes? Got the glue strings. That would be overkill. Okay, you know what that designer says? When you get it perfect, then take something away. We're always these people putting everything on stuff. Um, okay. So. Is that gonna be good? I hope so, twisted. And I can finally. I'll make sure everything is on securely. I go over everything. Let's see. What do you do? Oh yeah, glue strings. I'll go over and get the glue strings. I'll get the glue strings. Perfect. Okay, glad. I'm glad that we are okay with that now. And So you've got two different things you can put on, okay? You can do the dragonfly. If you had a ceiling hook, you could put it on a rotating ceiling hook and see both sides at the same time, but you're gonna have to rotate. All right? But that was good. That was good. We got that done, because last night I was trying to show you stuff, and then I ended up working on it today, so that was good. And then the Santa, he's super cute. So I'm gonna put him over there. And this over here. Okay. And I just have to get manager's thing finished, which I'll finish that tomorrow. Okay. Shut my glue gun, because my kitchen is not my craft room anymore, guys. No. All right, and I'm being very good about this. So let me get my, okay, I'm gonna go back over there now. So you're gonna have I'm not gonna talk for a minute. I'm still here. I'm still here. Hold on. I've got to put this over here. I'm gonna have to mute now. Thanks for being patient while we took that little detour off of true crime. We're gonna be right back on true crime now. Okay, hold on, let me get mine here. Oh, oh boy. Why isn't my camera turning on? What's up with that? There we go. Whew. My hair is like crazy cakes. All right, let's see. Here's this, okay. 100% perfect. Oh, thank you, Twisted. I'm glad you like it. I hope you like it. Okay. Super duper MSL set. That's good. Oh, really? What? Oh, really? Do you have a table and chairs? And why not set up for you in here? Do I have a what? Do you have a table and chairs? And why not set up for you in there? Yeah, I have a table and chairs in the kitchen. I have a huge table, like a big, long, rectangular table that's, my tablecloths are like 102 without the leaves. Yeah, but I don't want to have my kitchen as a craft room anymore. I want my kitchen is returned back to a kitchen again, and she is going to help me with my craft room. She's like, we'll bang it out in a couple of hours. It's not that bad. That's what she said. It's not that bad. I can bang this out in a couple of hours. Okay. Anyway, yeah. So I do have like a table cleaned off in the craft room already, and I did find like the stuff I took out of here and put away. I found my stuff, and so it's good. Okay. Now, where the heck? Like, I'll bring something in if I want to work on it, but I want to be able to pack it off and get it out of there. You said you're not crafting, right? I said, oh, really? Is your craft room set up for you? Oh, my craft room? Yeah, the G is going to help me, but my sewing, I have a sewing table that's there that I've done videos on and sewed, and then I have a small craft table that I have cleaned off, but I need, she's going to help me organize things, and we're going to add some more, I have shelving units and stuff like that, and to do different things. Let's see how it goes. Okay. Plus, I just gave her a huge nativity and Kate Spade glasses today, and she's like, our cousin is coming over from Italy. And she's like, can you hold it till we buy the house? And I'm like, okay, but don't you want the nativity? And she's like, oh yeah, I want that. So I gotta get her that. All right, let's see now. Back to, we're gonna look about Rebecca Parks, because somebody said here, Megan Ells, that the baby daddy and the sister bonded out. So let's see what's going on. Okay. Okay, Rebecca Parks. Is it Park? See, I thought it was Parks. It's Rebecca Park. Rebecca Park, not Rebecca Parks. A lot of places were reporting her as Rebecca Parks. Okay. Stephanie Park said she tried years to shield her adopted daughter from her biological mother, who is accused of killing the 22-year-old Wexford woman while attempting to cut the baby from her womb. Rebecca Park did not have a close relationship with her biological mother, Courtney Bartholomew, according to Stephanie Park. Let's see what we have. Attorney General here. Did we go through? I think I went through what the Attorney General said. Let's see. Yeah, Courtney Bartholomew, 40. Somebody said she was 42. She's 40. And Bradley Bartholomew, 47, both of Boone, were arraigned before Judge Corey Wiggins in the 84th District Court in Cadillac on multiple felony charges related to the murder of Rebecca Park, 22, of Manton, announced Michigan Attorney General Dana Nessel. Courtney Bartholomew, Bradley Bartholomew have each been charged by the Wexford County Prosecuting Attorney's Office with 1 count of first-degree murder, potential life sentence offense, 1 count of felony murder, potential life sentence offense, 1 count of torture, a potential life sentence offense, 1 count of conspiracy to commit torture, a potential life sentence offense, 1 count of assault of a pregnant individual causing a miscarriage or a stillbirth, a potential life sentence event, 1 count of conspiracy to commit assault on a pregnant individual causing miscarriage or stillbirth, a potential life sentence offense, 1 count of unlawful imprisonment, a 15-year offense, felony, and 1 count of removal of a dead body, a 1-year misdemeanor. Rebecca had everything to live for, and our hearts are with her loved ones as they endure this unthinkable loss, Nessel said. We are committed to working alongside the Wexford County Prosecuting Attorney's Office to ensure that justice is pursued in this tragic case without delay. This case involves a truly horrific homicide in which a young woman and her unborn child endured unimaginable suffering at the hands of the defendants and Wexford County Prosecutor Joanna Carey. The brutality and disregard for human life displayed here are deeply troubling. While these remain allegations until proven in court, the evidence reflects an extraordinary level of callousness and violence. We look forward to presenting the full facts in court. It's alleged that on November 3rd, the couple lured Rebecca Park, Courtney's biological daughter, who was approximately 38 weeks pregnant at the time, to their Wexford County home. The couple then allegedly tortured Park in an attempt to remove the unborn infant, resulting in the death of both. After an extensive search, Park's remains were found in the Manistee National Forest. So, did they murder her at the house and bring her out to the forest? Because there's other reports that said they got her with that fake inheritance, got her into a car, and drove her out to the forest and did it out there. So I'm confused. There's two different things going around. Okay. The Wexford County Prosecuting Office is handling the prosecution. Any individual who believes they have information to assist may contact the tip line 231-306-2072 or Wexford County Sheriff's Department. All right, that is from the Attorney General. Let's see what else we have. Courtney and Brad were each that's see, and here's the other here's like a news Fox 12 says Mr. Bartholomew brought Rebecca to their home. Then he forced her into another vehicle and took her into the woods where they stabbed her. See? So it's in the woods. So where they stabbed her, forced her to lie on the ground while they cut her baby out, ultimately caused the death of the baby and Rebecca. The Bartholomews appeared in court on video, and they were denied bond. Public defender Robert Champion declined to comment. A motive was not disclosed. Dozens of people filled the courtroom, including many who had searched for Park. Cars in the parking lot had messages like "Justice for Rebecca" and "Baby Park." Courtney was Park's biological mother. Park was raised by a couple who adopted her and her siblings. Stephanie Park, the adoptive mother, says she deserves to be remembered as the sweet girl that she was when she was younger. And now you say the two are out on bail. Let me see. Kimberly Park and, is it Richard Fowler? Is it? They were really a steal. Let's see what's up with this. The sister and fiance that's the sister. Looks like she's got some black eyes, or some recovering black eyes. Shoot. And baby daddy had their bond reduced from, what did they have it? $1 million to $5,000 with 10% required. Kimberly Park had her bond reduced from $750,000 to $5,000, 10% required. Both have since posted bond and have been released. Okay. Let's hear some of the comments on this. Someone said they did some talking, I bet. I bet they turned in Courtney and Brad, and they wanted to be protected because they threatened to kill both. And they used... What? Hold on a minute. What did they say? And they used what? They used charge that wouldn't stick as hard, but enough to keep them in for a bit. Okay. Wouldn't be surprised if they ended up in a swamp somewhere. You think they'll show up for court? Obviously, someone said they did the right things and spilled the beans. That's why their bonds were lowered and their charges will be lowered. The meth guy is done for, though. These are just comments, okay, about their being released. Meth guy is done for, though. Someone said because she was found on federal land, there could be a federal case for a death penalty. I don't think that's the truth. Okay. Okay, she was found in state land. Okay. Okay, let's see. All right, let's see what else is going on here. Okay, let's... $500 for him, $500 for her. They both talked, they both walked. Since mommy and stepdaddy are going to prison, who gets the property and what happened to the $2,000? There was never any $2,000. In my opinion. I don't know. Okay, let me see if there's anything more in... Okay, is this... Let me see. Wow. Wait a minute, she's wearing another shirt? What's this? Remember she had the cold shoulder shirt on? This can't be her. Hold on. No, she had to go on because she had to correct a name misspelling. She freaking looks like she's from the toilet, doesn't she? Hold on, let me... Doesn't it look like she's in a restroom, like sitting on a toilet? They got her no more cold shoulder. Someone said she mouthed F-U-C-K at the end. Let's see. Oh boy, let's see what else. So Rich and Cam had not, I don't think they had nothing to do with it. I think they knew the truth about what happened and failed to tell the police or lie to the police. Kim had been crashing there, and Kim had said she heard Becca not say when she supposedly left in the car, so do you want that? So do what you want with that info. She heard Becca not say when she supposedly left in the car. What? She never said this is something I got to do. That was never said. That's Kimberly Park saying that. I don't know what that is all about. I believe both knew but were not involved, people are saying. Believe there will be more arrests coming soon, at least 2 or 3. Too many missing puzzle pieces. They're still building the case, and there is a court date set for December 9th for Rich and Kim. Somebody said, I think Kim was there when it happened. I don't think she would hurt her sister, so I hope not. Rich has a good alibi, but who knows? The case is messed up. I can't see why Rich would do that unless Courtney paid him for the baby. Just my thoughts. Rich may not have helped, but okay. Crazy. All right, let me get, see what else. Is there anything else to go over with these people? I don't think there's much else after that, right? You need help organizing your sewing room. Yeah, I'll send her after I finish. Okay, so, hold on, I just had to put a log on the fire. 1 second. Give me a second here. So I don't want it to go out, because it might be 4 degrees. I don't know when it's supposed to be 4 degrees, but they said that. We're supposed to get our oil tomorrow. We almost ran out of oil, okay? We're squeaking by. They were supposed to come, and now they're coming tomorrow. Okay. Hold on. I had to get a cracker too. And there's nothing on Melody Busby, and I told you about Emily Finn and seeing somewhere about an arraignment on Friday, but I don't know. I'm going to see if I see again now. Let me try. Okay, let me see now. You know, I don't know whether the parents took their pages down. Let me see here. Tell you because see what that is. Okay, let me take a look. Oh, no, he didn't. I don't think he, no, he didn't. I think it's interesting, though. He either took down a whole bunch of posts, and his last posts are from like July. Before that, he was posting every day, so not every day. I'm sorry, I don't mean every day, but very regularly. So I think he took a lot down. I think he took a lot of pictures down too. Probably because of certain things. And she, yeah, stopped posting in July too. Interesting. But I don't see the arraignment there. And I've tried to see if Suffolk County Okay, let's see. Now the only thing I see awaits arraignment Friday in Suffolk County Court. Or maybe it is. Maybe it is going to be Friday. Awaits arraignment Friday in Suffolk County Court. No, we'll see. Tried to get into to see the court docket. Let's see. If I can get in here. Criminal court cases. Let's try this. Saying no cases found. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Bet you. What court in Suffolk? Well, let's just go to Friday and see what there is, right? I can select one or more court parts. No cases. Okay, let's go to the next one. Hold on, let me get the right chord here. All right, let's see. Which one would it be? Well, let's look which one handles Wisconsin. Right? Let's see that. Wisconsin Criminal Court. Which one is it? Suffolk County District Court. I don't know which. Okay, preliminary handled by two different court systems. Suffolk County District Court and Supreme Court in this context. The District Court handles most minor criminal cases. Supreme Court, I think we're talking not minor, right? Let's do that one. Okay. Suffolk. Suffolk County Supreme Court. Okay, let's see here. Conference, defendant, Dustin Richard with this judge. So I'm not seeing him in that with that judge. Let me try another judge. Okay, there's no other judge there. Let's see, how about, let me change the date range. Let's try till the next Friday and see what we get. Okay. I am not Barty, Blanco, Alvarez, Carter, Ortiz, Brooks, Eduardo, Kalman, Crespo. I don't see anything. Conference, first appearances, but they're not for him. Okay, I don't know. I don't know why they're saying that, and if it is, it is. If it isn't, it isn't. I don't know. I will know soon enough. It's a week today, and I know allegedly. I've heard he has his jaw wired, and he can still nod his head with his jaw wired, right? I've heard about some things he's allegedly said, but I'm not going to repeat them because I'm not sure about, nor do I want to release anything like that unless the police release it. Okay. Let me just try one other thing. That other court they said, let me just try that. Let me try third. Nobody there. I'll need two more for me to search. Nope. I don't see any. So I don't know. Now, I told you about Melody Busby. I don't see anything new on her. Now, does anybody else have any other thing they would like to look up? Hi, Nora. Let me take a look at what's going on. Let's see what else is in the headlines. Okay, and I'm going to have a couple of crackers. I'm sorry I have to. I'm trying to eat as quietly as I can, but crackers are noisy. Okay, we have something here. Let me change the picture. Picture, please. This is Oliver, William, Wade, Cunningham, 32 years old, from Concord, North Carolina. He's arrested and charged with aggravated battery and domestic battery by strangulation. What he did in the Florida Keys. That's where he's behind bars. There was a violent domestic dispute early Wednesday morning, and it left the woman hospitalized with severe facial fractures. Oh my gosh. Deputies from the Monroe County Sheriff's Office were called to Boyd's Key West campground on Stock Island at approximately 1:45 a.m. regarding an altercation. When they arrived, they found Cunningham and the female victim with visible injuries. The woman's injuries were severe, requiring immediate surgery. Well, authorities report she suffered multiple broken bones in her face. This almost sounds like Wade Wilson when he beat the crap out of that woman, right? Including an orbital fracture. She was initially transported to Lower Keys Medical Center before being airlifted to HCA Florida Kendall Hospital in Miami for trauma care. Wow. According to statements given, the pair had been drinking when a physical argument broke out, and during the struggle, Cunningham allegedly choked the victim. He did more than choke her. Fractured her eye sockets. He was booked into Monroe County Jail on $65,000 bail. Oh my gosh. Look at this. University of Delaware student was planning an attack on the school. That was my last cracker for right now, okay? We'll just swallow this. Let's see, how do we say his? Luckman Khan, 25, was arrested following a traffic stop in Newcastle County last week when authorities say they found a .357 caliber Glock handgun. It was loaded with 27 rounds. Also found were 3 more 27-round magazines, an armored ballistic plate, a marble composition notebook, and a notebook, the Justice Department said. In the handwritten notebook, Khan discussed additional weapons and firearms and how they could be used in an attack and how law enforcement detection could be avoided once the attack was carried out, said the Department of Justice. The notebook referenced a member of the University of Delaware's police department by name and included a layout of the building with entry and exit points under which the words UD Police Station were printed. In addition, the notebook contained warfare techniques, assault plans, and a diagram of the University Police Department, according to federal prosecutors. Other court documents detail a layout of the university building. During an FBI search of Khan's home in Wilmington, Delaware, authorities found a Glock 19 9mm handgun equipped with an illegal machine gun conversion device, commonly called a switch. Didn't that lady have that killed her husband? That one that was, he was a cook, didn't she have that illegal gun and it had a... Recovered her. Okay, there's his... see here. Also recovered a .556 rifle with a scope and a red dot sight, 11 more extended magazines, hollow point rounds of ammunition, and 2-plate tactile vest equipped with a single ballistics plate. Khan was federally charged with illegally possessing a machine gun, an offense that carries a maximum penalty of 10 years. 10 years? Come on. Fox News Digital reached out to the university, and the letter of the interim president said that Khan was an undergraduate student. The university has temporarily separated the student from the university. Temporarily? Including a ban from all UD campuses while legal matters are being resolved. We have been working closely with law enforcement through this matter and sharing this information with you now that we have been cleared to do so. There is no known or immediate threats to the University of Delaware community, she added. Authorities released evidence of a plan that targeted the University of Delaware Police Department. This is frightening to all of us. This case is quintessential example of federal and state law enforcement collaborating to neutralize a grave threat to Delaware before the worst could come to pass, said the acting U.S. Attorney Murray. Okay, wow, so he had this whole plan here. Tight spaces, backup, reload, no gunshots, body armor, chest, back, side. Wow. Crazy. It's a good thing they got that before that happened. And they did another one from the girl in Indiana was trying to do something. Let's see here. You hear that teenager that got mauled to death jumping into the lion enclosure at the zoo? Like, really? What would you do that for? The poor people that had to witness that as well. It happened in Brazil. But, my gosh, how horrific. A teenager was mauled to death at a zoo in Brazil on Sunday after he jumped into the lion enclosure. The man deliberately entered the big cat enclosure at the Arruda Camara Zoo Botanical Park. 19-year-old Gerson de Mayo Machado. Machado was mauled to death by a lioness in what the zoo called an extremely sad episode for everyone. As soon as the incident was reported, the park was immediately closed following all safety protocols. The teams contacted the competent authorities and provided the necessary support for the assistance and the work of the forensics team. The zoo is remaining closed to visitors during an investigation and examination of safety protocols. We reiterate that the park follows rigorous technical standards and safety protocols, and we are fully cooperating with all responsible bodies to clarify the facts, the zoo statement read. Let me see here now. What is this now? Oh my gosh. What happened here now? This. Their mother said her heart is broken after a Thanksgiving gathering ended with her 16-year-old daughter killed. Nandi Hamilton said the shooting death of her daughter Taylor Hamilton was captured on video. People are posting it on social media. Clayton County Police arrested a 15-year-old boy in connection with Taylor's death. Taylor's family told the media that her death is so senseless and Thanksgiving will never be the same. I never thought I would be in this situation where I would be burying Taylor, her aunt said through tears. Taylor's mother said it makes no sense. A 15-year-old boy had a gun and so brazenly shot her in front of others. I don't know how he was that angry to pull out a gun and shoot her. And she says it was all captured on the doorbell video camera from the home where the daughter went to hang out with friends. It's a video Hamilton says is too painful to watch. The mother says Taylor, a sophomore at Booker T. Washington High School, went to visit friends before heading to visit her father for Thanksgiving. She showed Jones the video. She's sitting there with her earphones on. She says the video shows her daughter come out of the house and wait for an Uber. Uber was 5 minutes away. Video shows kids come out of the house and start taunting Taylor, who was mourning the murder of her boyfriend. They were mad about her keeping her boyfriend's name alive, and they didn't like that, said the mother. In the video, Taylor sees the 15-year-old boy pull out a gun, and she tells him, I don't care about no gun. They taunted her some more. Taylor grows frustrated and gets in the 15-year-old boy's face, and that's when he shoots her. He's a monster. He shot her in cold blood. She believes the so-called friends lured her to the home to do harm to her. She says her daughter was so full of life. She loved being in the JROTC program, and she loved being a girly girl. Her daughter's death impacted students, teachers, and principals. Taylor had a positive impact on those around her. She spread so much love, but she says all her love couldn't save her from a killer. I feel so sorry for him that he's that cold to do something so monstrous. The teenager faces malice, murder, first-degree child cruelty, possession of a firearm by someone under 16, and possession of a firearm during a felony. Taylor's mother said someone should go to jail for sharing that doorbell video that police are using to investigate this case. Taylor will be laid to rest Saturday. GoFundMe has been started. Oh. Newlyweds killed in horrific crash after colliding with a jackknife vehicle on the way back from their honeymoon. My sister used to tell me stuff like this, or people that died on the way to their wedding and stuff. She's like, you heard of that? It's so horrible. So they were coming back from their honeymoon. Let's see where this happened. Micah Carter and Jennifer Lynn Lower had only been married for 16 days. They were both killed after crashing into a jackknife vehicle on the way back from their honeymoon. Oh, it was in Oregon? Here we go. It looks like... it was here. Let me see. Once first responders arrived on scene, preliminary investigation suggested that a commercial motor vehicle and trailer operated by Rajinder Kumar, 32, was stopped in a jackknife position, blocking both lanes of travel. Carter, who was operating a westbound Subaru Outback, struck the trailer at highway speeds around 9:30 p.m. as it was stopped perpendicular to the direction of traffic. Authorities say dark conditions and a lack of active emergency warning equipment were primary contributors to the crash. While the crash is under investigation, they closed the highway for about 7 hours. Carter and Lower were both pronounced dead at the scene. Lower's father, Tom Lower, said that the couple had only been married for 16 days. After their November 8th wedding, the pair honeymooned at Disneyland, and they were traveling back to Salem to settle there. Let me see. Kumar, who was reportedly uninjured, was arrested on charges of criminally negligent homicide and reckless endangerment and placed in the Deschutes County Jail. He has since become the subject of an Immigration and Customs Enforcement arrest detainer accused of being in the country illegally after allegedly entering the country at the Arizona border 3 years ago. Deschutes County Judge Randy Miller has agreed to a prosecutor's request to increase Kumar's bail from $100,000 to $250,000. Lower's father expressed to the judge, "This is a terrible tragedy and we wish to see justice served." Wow. That's terrible. Oh my gosh, a ShopRite employee ignited a blaze inside a packed New York City supermarket. When did this happen? I didn't even know there was a ShopRite in New York City. Dominic Sacchetti, 21, was arrested on Wednesday for allegedly starting a fire inside a bustling Staten Island ShopRite on Greaves Lane, where he worked. 21-year-old ShopRite employee in Staten Island was arrested for a fire that caused $100,000 in damages inside the supermarket the day before Thanksgiving. Wow. Dominic Sacchetti was cuffed Wednesday for allegedly setting off the November 26 blaze inside the bustling grocery store, where many shoppers were preparing for their Thanksgiving dinner. Sacchetti, an employee of the store, was allegedly seen on surveillance igniting a fire off a shelf full of paper goods. Footage provided by authorities captured flames climbing up the aisle and haphazard stacks of paper towels toppled to the ground. The flames quickly grew and spread. A fast-acting customer grabbed a store fire extinguisher and put out most of the flames. No one was injured during the Thanksgiving Eve blaze, but the fire caused over $100,000 in damage. Sacchetti was charged with multiple counts of arson, 2 counts of reckless endangerment, and 2 counts of criminal mischief, allegedly to have started the fire in a busy ShopRite grocery aisle. Needlessly put countless Staten Islanders who were simply shopping for food for their families, as well as essential ShopRite workers, in harm's way, said the Richmond County District Attorney Michael McMahon. Acts of arson endanger the lives of our fellow residents and will not be tolerated here. on Staten Island and will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. His bail was set at $50,000 cash and $100,000 bond. Okay. Oh boy. Let's see what else we have. Country Ever After star Priscilla Anderson dies at 45. New leads in pursuit for the missing high school coach. Wanted for grim crime. Snowstorm flirts with bomb cyclone status. Northern California woman who fatally stabbed her mother was found not guilty. Okay, so let's just try one of the thing now, and then we will go on to the next thing, which you all know what that is. Okay. Epstein Island. At Epstein Island, photos include a dental chair surrounded by disturbing faces and chalkboard writings. Oh boy. What is that about? Treasure trove of never-before-seen images and videos from Jeffrey Epstein's infamous private island shed more light on the life of the notorious ex-offender after Congress voted to release the government's files on him. The images from Little St. James in the U.S. Virgin Islands, where Epstein is believed to have shuttered teenage girls to essay them, include a room that appears to be a dental chair with 10 yellow masks adorning the walls, depicting men's faces. None of the faces were immediately recognizable as public figures. Oh, that is so gross. Ugh. Another image depicts a chalkboard containing words including power and deception. gross that is. Look at that one up there. That looks like somebody. So does this one. Ew. Gross. And what is this? There's an image of a shower with a long bench and numerous towels and pillows, no trespassing sign, and a telephone with various numbers on speed dial. Four videos were included depicting the pool area of Epstein Island's estate and a bedroom. Bank records requested from J.P. Morgan and Deutsche Bank, both of which Epstein used extensively for financial transactions. Those records will be released in the coming days after being reviewed. Pool area. Where is that? Outdoors? It looks like that's outside. Shower area looks really weird. Why they have a place like that and they have to have their storage like in the shower like that, where that stuff is probably all wet because it's probably humid like hell there anyway where it is, and they have to have their stuff like that. That looks horrendous. Then a no trespassing sign. Uh-oh. Get over there. Go on. What's up with this? What is up? Where's the... Oh my goodness, what is going on? Hold on. Shut that. All right, let's see what else. That's the size of that. I don't know what the heck just happened because I was somewhere and then, oh boy. All right, Let's see if we can get where the heck we were. Okay, I'm gonna think we're gonna end on the true crime on the Epstein thing, and now I'm gonna see what you guys are doing. Craziness, let's see. Hi, cute kitty kitty. How are you? How's everybody doing? Okay, now what time is it? I don't know what's... Yeah. Do. You guys are all... Everybody's so... A lot of people are... Where is everybody chattering? Chatter, chatter, what's the matter? Chatter, chatter. Chatter, chatter, what's the matter? Where is everybody? Come out, wherever you are. Did everybody fall asleep? Did everyone fall asleep? You must have. I'm going to do, maybe I'll just go and I'm going to read some more of the Murdaugh book, because I'm going to do a members live tomorrow. And I'm getting sleepy and I'm never going to be able to read. You're there, Twisted. So I think I'm going to do the word game and then I'm going to read the Murdaugh book. So I can do a members live tomorrow on the rest. I don't know how far I'll get. Depends. But if I don't get off now, I'm not going to get far at all. I'm going to do the word game. Who do you know? I really want to bake too. I want to bake cookies. But I know that I can't do that right now. And I have a thing at... maybe I'll bake them when I have that thing at 12. A meeting. The Zoom meeting. If I can do stuff. Maybe that's what I'll do. I have to put my alarm. But then I want to finish that and do a members live. Oh, we got a really small one tonight. Do. Why won't it let me? Hi, Blue. How are you? What are you doing, Blues? No fear, we're here. Yeah, well, come on in and say hi every once in a while. Don't be afraid. The water's fine. The fire's hot. I hear it crackling in the other room. Calm. No, that's an I. Yeah, that would be good if it was an L, but it's an I. I know. Oh, goodness. So hard this. You had very few words, but it's crazy, right? And then sometimes you'll just get it and you're like, oh, how come I didn't see that? Oh my gosh, it's just crazy. Like miss. This is hard. Where's murder? Where's heart? Where's high? Murder, heart, and high. Where are you? Oh my goodness, where are you? Really good. Oh, blues, blues, blues. You thought it was an L? Yeah, it's an I. It's an I after all. It's an I after all. Oh, there's heart. Micah. Yay! Yeah, I have miss. I have miss. And there are times. Fascism? Well, that's right. Okay. Oh, what's the other one? Very good, heart. Very good. What? Very good. Very good, heart. Very, very good. Very good, very good. Very good. Hold on a minute, I gotta check the fire. Wait a second, please. Hold on. I can't have the fire go out. You're doing so good keeping that fire burning. So good, so good. Okay. I'm hungry, guys. I'm hungry, Mother. I'm hungry. I'm hungry, Mother. Hold on. So what should we do? Anybody want to? Let me see something. Anybody want to watch a movie?
Come on, the party has begun. Yeah. Happy big.
That new Murdaugh one was on what? Was it on HBO?
Hey guys, you ready to let the dogs out?
What?
Do what?
Somebody said The Beast in Me is really good. I don't know what that is about. What is The Beast in Me? Let me see what that's about. The Beast in Me. The Beast in Me is an American psychological crime thriller television miniseries for Netflix starring Claire Danes and Matthew Rives, created by Gabe Rotter. The series follows an author, Danes, who begins writing a book about her new next-door neighbor, Rise, a real estate executive who allegedly killed his wife. Does anybody want to watch that? Is it only going to be you and me, Hart? Nobody else wants to go to a movie night? Members movie night? I can put the number in the members. I can put the number in the members. And the members. And the members. No members want to come in and watch a movie? What is it? What's the matter? Gail said okay. Okay, I'm going to put the members for the movies. Let's see. Where's my post? Members movie night. Create a post. Don't be scared, new members. Nobody bites in here. All you need to do is download Zoom, and you don't have to put your camera on or anything. We don't bite. Okay, I just posted that. Let me do it in Patreon too. you're not a member, you can become a member really quick and come in the Zoom with us. You get lots of perks. You get lots of perks over here. Create a post. Create a post, artichokes. Okay, so I've done all of that now. Blues. You're a member. If you can see the post, you can come in. Twisted. MSL. All the members, come on down, little lady. Jen Grill. Scooter. All right, well, uh-oh, somebody's here. Oh, I didn't have my sound on. I don't have my sound on. Nora Woods, come on. Hi, Gail. Hello? I don't think she can hear me. Right? I don't have my volume on. Let me see. Maybe I don't have my volume on. Hello? Wait, hello? How come I can't hear Gail?
I'm here.
Oh, there you are. Okay. Hi.
How you going?
Good. How are you? I'm trying to see. Oh, is anybody else going to come in? Hart, are you coming in? Come in, Hart. Maybe they'll see that the water's okay. Billy Boy Blue, where's Billy Boy Blue? Where's everybody? Cut it out.
I was just thinking you said this. 104 here today.
Oh my gosh, don't even.
I know.
It's going to be 4 degrees here. Hello.
Hello, my dears.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Okay, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm looking forward to it.
Okay. Well, everybody, there's a number. If you're a Patreon, there's a number. If you're a member, it's in the community tab. And if you're a member and you can't find it, just look on the community tab. It's there.
And in Slack.
Oh, yeah, and in Slack, but I don't think any. So, all right. Well,
Not all the members go there, I guess.
yeah.
Yeah, I always forget that.
Yeah, well, okay, we'll see, if you guys, don't be scared, a bless, prayers for everybody that needs them. We'll see you tomorrow, and if those of you that want to join the movie night, you know where to find us. All right, Good night, everybody, thanks for joining
I haven't
us.
seen her forever.
Who?
Okay, sorry.
Good night, everybody.
Claire Danes.
Oh,